bots are pretty stupid sometimes. I'm pretty sure everyone can agree on that, especially in the games that are much more complex like CSGO or League of Legends. We even use the term bot to describe someone who is terrible at a game and has the same performance as an easy bot. Pretty insulting to the computers. On the contrary, games such as chess or Go that can be solved algorithmically, we would have more of a hard time trying to figure out if the player behind the screen is a bot or an actual person. But why are bots in chess harder to distinguish than a first-person shooting game? We all know that chess is a complex game, but how much less complex than CSGO is it, and making it so much harder to tell apart a human player and a computer? You could argue that the lack of expressions in game makes it harder to distinguish, but how do we exactly measure these expressive inputs? To break down how to develop an AI agent that plays like humans in CSGO competitive mode, the paper proposed 3 levels of complexity that require full mastery to achieve it. The first level is the short-term performance. Things such as aiming, moving, and reacting to enemies are at this complexity level. This is also the easiest part to make, as most cheating programs like aim assistants are at this level, while the higher complexity levels are handled by the human users. You'll see why. The second level is the medium-term performance. Actions such as map navigation, ammunition management, and reacting to health level are at this complexity level. These things are less concerning compared to the short-term performances, as these skills are not necessary to play the game. However, it can provide you with an edge to win the game. For example, if you have played any FPS, you would know you have to play safe when you are low on HP rather than rushing around to gun down people. This is because we know that we have a smaller chance of winning, as it will take the opponent less time to take you down in an upfront showdown. So strategies such as hiding in a corner to do a surprise attack will give you more of an edge to win a showdown. You could say that this medium-term performance is like short-term strategies or even a playstyle. Meanwhile, the long-term strategies will be the third level. Concepts such as economy management, planned strategies, adapting to opponents' playstyles, and cooperating with teammates would be the highest level of complexity. Is there a cheat that helps you to cooperate with your teammates or plan strategies for you? Definitely not, and if there is, silver strategies will still probably be more practical than what it comes up. With that being said, this has definitely been achieved in OpenAI 5, which is a Dota 2 AI that was developed by OpenAI. They were able to have their own strategies and playstyles, which had a win rate of 99.4% with a staggering 7,215 wins and 42 losses in total in a semi-restricted environment. OpenAI 5 learned the game differently from us though. Instead of playing on a mouse and a screen, the AI retrieves the game state directly from Dota 2 servers and directly issues commands to the game through Dota bot scripting API. Information such as entity locations, cooldowns, mana values are provided in the API and are not seen visually by the AI agent. Technically, more information will be passed through the API compared to how we usually play it. So in a way, it could be slightly disadvantageous competing against humans. But even though they are given much more information than us, it's not like we can process them if we get that much information anyways. But what if an AI plays with the same inputs that we humans are given? In this research paper, Counter-Strike Deathmatch with large-scale behavioral cloning, their goal is to create an AI agent that plays like humans. So they trained an agent to play CSGO just by literally watching humans playing it. And it was able to achieve medium-term performance with this process in CSGO Deathmatch. Unlike CSGO competitive mode, the Deathmatch mode reduces the complexity down to the second level, as the main objective is reduced to just killing enemy teams. So OpenAI 5 on the other hand was giving 170,000 possible inputs to the game, while this CSGO agent was giving 60 possible inputs ranging from WASD, jump, shoot, reload, mouse movements, and such. The performance itself wasn't that bad, and right now you are looking at the footage of the CSGO agent playing the game. On top left is what the CSGO agent sees, and in the middle is the actual game footage. And there are some interesting things you can observe. For instance, unlike how cheating programs instantly pin right on top of the enemy's head, the aim movement is really smooth. This is because, first of all, cheating programs in FPS games obtain enemy player locations and calculate the target geometrically so it can instantly aim at the target. And second, the aim movement on this agent is designed to play like humans, so instead of pinning right on top of their location through calculations, a swiping motion is created. In every frame, there are 19 options for the agent to estimate where the target is and move their crosshair towards the enemy through these 19 options. While running on 16 frames per second, each of the movement choices are halved to reduce the choppy movements and create smoother movements, creating a 32 FPS control. Another pretty interesting behavior that this agent learned is that it will always attempt spray control. In CSGO, there are different ways to handle an AK-47. The first way is to tap shoot, and this resets the recoil every time you shoot, so you don't have to worry about the next shot's accuracy. The second way is burst fire, and this is achieved by firing for 2 to 5 consecutive shots and letting the recoil reset. And you only need to slightly pull down your aim to hit your target with its slight recoil. The third way is to hold down and fire without a break, and this is called a spray. The recoil of the AK will accumulate and make it pretty hard for someone to control and land all the bullets at the desired spot. So spray control is a skill to basically counter the recoil of the gun to focus all the bullets in one single spot. Back to the CSGO AI agent, we can see that this spray control behavior was picked up and learned by the agent from the training data. However, I suspect the correlation between spraying and spray control was a little disconnected, as no matter which way of firing the gun, the agent will always aimlessly aim downwards to simulate the behavior. The agent probably was only able to correlate shooting with spray control instead of types of firing and ways to counter the recoil. But at the end of the day, this CSGO agent is just nowhere near the OpenAI Five's performance. On the result table, the above column shows the performance by this CSGO agent. You can see 3 levels and 1 standout section. Deathmatch Easy stands for deathmatch against easy bots with infinite ammo. Deathmatch Medium stands for playing against medium bots with the need of ammo management. And Deathmatch Human means playing against humans also with the need of ammo management. The standout section shows an aim training environment where the agent will not die and just need to stand still and shoot at the bots. These are all compared against the human baseline where a top 10% regular CSGO player played in a normal environment. The least difference in result is the stand still and shoot aim training environment, while the largest difference is definitely playing against human players. It's obvious to say this CSGO agent still has a long way to go compared to that Dota 2 AI 99.4% win rate against human players. But to my biggest surprise, this CSGO agent is able to distinguish between the opposing team and the teammates, which was pretty unexpected, because even I have trouble identifying my teammates in 180x80 resolution. There are a lot of setups in this CSGO AI agent designed to compensate with the inability to scale up largely compared to how OpenAI does their Dota 2 AI. Things such as resolution size and FPS count was limited in this CSGO AI research because of the lack of hardwares or data. And also, this paper had to choose the behavioral cloning method instead of the classic reinforced learning method due to the lack of CSGO API and training data. But it's not necessarily a bad thing. The agent will be told exactly how to act and behave, removing the reward-based learning where an agent has to perform trial and error to learn efficiently by itself. It's just that it will be limited to how well the demonstrator performs and might be worse as it's only an approximation of the training data. So it's a pretty understandable difference when the CSGO agent had only 74 hours of experience, while OpenAI 5 had 45,000 years of experience with a different learning method. And one researcher can't really compete with the biggest AI research company. But imagine if this research is able to scale up to how Dota 2 AI was trained. It's just pretty exciting to see actual competitive AIs that play like humans with the potential of having unique strategies like in Dota 2. Some of you might not have reached this part of the video and are already typing furiously down in the comments about how cheating programs already outperform AI, so this is pointless. Oh, we can't compete with AIs because they have instant reaction time, something like that. Well, just let me end this video with this quote from the pro Dota 2 player Notel after losing to OpenAI 5. As people, it's about being realistic and learning from the brain of the AI, not the hydraulic strength that machines have. I mean, if all you know is to complain about how disadvantaged you are, then you won't see what you can learn from it. This video is sponsored by 27 Stars. 27 Stars is a London-based development company that creates custom-tailored web and mobile applications for individuals or businesses of all sizes. They are really experienced and nice to work with, and they are also providing an exclusive 10% discount for all of you guys if you choose to work with them. All you have to do is to include my name in the initial email to receive the discount, and by working with them, you are also indirectly supporting me too, which allows me to dedicate more of my time to work on these fun videos. Thank you so much for watching. Also, a big shout out to Andrew and many other Patreons and members that support my work through Patreon and YouTube. Unfortunately, the codes are not released by the author of the CSGO agent paper because it can be used by shady people to perform shady practices. But be sure to check out their official paper, as there are a lot of interesting observations that were not included in this video. Follow my Twitter if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next one.